Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Friday, November the 16th. I'm Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter, and my Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm a founding member of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. Wow, I am glad that that road trip is over. You want a positive? Positive is that they're returning home to play Montreal and Winnipeg for 2 straight games. Coming up starting tomorrow. But yeah, that was a brutal end of the road trip. A 6-2 loss to Minnesota. The Canucks lose their first game of the road trip in shootout to Detroit. Then they beat Boston and they lose to Buffalo in the shootout. So they were sitting there, you know, with points in all 3 games, 4 out of 6 points, 4 points out of 3 games, so 4 out of possible 6 points. And they lose to New York, they lose to New York, and they lose to Minnesota. So they come back, 1 win, 3 losses, and 2 shootout losses. So only 4 points out of a possible 12, 4 points out of those 6 games. You know, if one of those, or both of those shootout losses become wins in regulation, or if they win another game, then we're talking about a 6 or 7 point road trip as opposed to 4, and then everyone's okay, and we're saying, yeah, that's kind of what we expected. But to come home with 3 straight losses, technically 4 straight losses, is not good. Thanks to those of you who joined me on my post-game live stream last night. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good positive engagement despite the loss. My son Jake joined us for the last 10 minutes. He's a lot of fun. He's a couple of you messaged me afterwards saying he's comedic gold. I agree. He loves the camera. He loves goofing off around the camera. I wonder where he gets that from. And I've told Jake that he's never allowed ever again to try and link Quinn Hughes and Pat Quinn in the same sentence. It was a good effort. But for those of you there, it came out a little funny. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out the last 2 minutes of the live stream, yesterday's live stream, and you'll see what I mean. But A for effort, Jake, and I think I'm going to try and get Jake on as regularly as I can. On the live stream and today, I want to talk about a few things about the game. No Canuck played extremely well. Elias Pettersson tried to do some things in the in the final period, but never looked too dangerous. Marcus Granlund had a good game, actually. He scored a goal, and he had actually 6 shots on net and 2 or 3 hits. So you could argue that maybe he was the best Canucks forward on the night. And he, I said before, I think Travis Green really likes his versatility. He can play up and down the lineup, can play in the middle, can play on the wing. So that's why he's going to be like our utility guy, almost like a Swiss Army knife, so to speak. Richard Bachman. Can't really blame him. You wanted him to do well. Maybe he could catch lightning in a bottle, maybe steal a game. But remember, he did not play an NHL game last year, and the year before that, he only played 5 or 6 games. The only goal you can really fault him and say he looked really bad was the second goal where he tried to do a Wayne Gretzky and stick handle behind his own net. And, of course, he coughed the puck up and went in. But the other goals, a couple of them on power play, a couple of them were cross-ice passes. A couple of them he got interfered with his own guy. Godolman got in his skates or his pads once, and then Del Zotto accidentally hit him or grazed him on it with his shoulder, grazed Bachman's chin. So 2 of the 6 goals he was interfered with by his own player. So it just simply wasn't meant to be. It was the end of a road trip. The Canucks were tired. None of them played with a lot of spirit or energy, and it's tough. You know, they're trying hard. They're trying their best, but what can you do? You know, when you're playing at the tail end of a 6-game road trip. 14 of their first 21 games have been away, which is crazy. They come home for 2. They got Montreal tomorrow. They got Winnipeg on Monday. And then they go away for 3. They do the 3 California teams. And then they're home for an extended homestand after that. So it'll start to even out. You know, there's the World Junior Championship where they'll not be able to play at home. But generally, obviously, if 14 of the 21 games so far have been on the road, that means there's going to be an imbalance. There's going to be more home games from here on in till the end of the season, at least 7 more home games than away games. So that's good for Canucks fans. It's good for the Canucks team to get back in their own beds and home cooking, proper cooking from the team and proper routine. Practice time is the huge thing too. They haven't had a lot of practice time. So overall, I would love to hear your thoughts, your reflections, your comments on the road trip. I don't want to say too much. I said a lot during the live stream last night. We went for 45 minutes. So on these videos, the day after a live stream, unless something else comes out, I don't have a lot to say really aside from what I covered already. And yeah, it is what it is, so to speak. The Canucks are basically showing who they are. They're not going to win the division, but they're not a bottom 5 team. I think they're middle of the road. Their record is starting to reflect that. They're 10-9-2 now. So 22 points in 21 games on basically pace for 82 to 85 points. But let's see what happens in the next game. You know, the energy is going to be crazy in the arena. I actually sold my tickets to my cousin tomorrow, and then I got asked by my friend Alex to go to the game. So I will be at the game, and as I mentioned, anyone who wants to hang out for the first intermission, come meet me outside section 117. We'll say a quick hello. So that's tomorrow during the first intermission, the Montreal-Vancouver game, outside of section 117. during the first intermission. We'll have a little meetup or a tweet up or whatever you want to call it there. So Canucks fans, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about the road trip. Tell me what you thought about Bachman's game. Do you feel bad for him? Do you think he could have and should have played better? Or do you think it reflected what it was, a depleted Canucks team at the end of a long road trip? Leave a comment. I'll have to read, react, and reply. As always, they're not skating today. They're not practicing today after this long road trip. So we'll maybe get some news tomorrow about any lineup changes, Markstrom back in net, any changes up front or on D. Sounds like none of the injured guys, Sutter, Beagle, Berchi, Besser, or Edler will make it into the lineup for Saturday. So we're basically going to go with the same lineup, or the same type of lineup, maybe except with Markstrom and net. And it's going to be crazy. Montreal, they always bring out a lot of fans, a lot of energy. It's going to be a really great time in the arena. So we will see what happens. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. I appreciate all of your support and your loyalty. Have a great day. Enjoy the sun. It's a beautiful day here in Vancouver. And I'll check in with you tomorrow before Vancouver takes on the beloved Montreal Canadiens. God bless, and go Canucks go.